Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pick a Stack Wednesday, the best day of the week. If you're living anywhere in the Midwest, you'll know that we got some major storms. It is currently really, really cold outside. It is snowing like crazy, and it's supposed to continue. So I'm asking everybody, before we start, to just do a little prayer. You know, we are very, very powerful beings, and we can use our intention for positive, good things. And so if everybody could do a little prayer to remove all man-made weather systems from the Midwest, and to replace all those weather systems with the unconditional love of the Creator, we would make a difference. It only takes two people to make a change like that. So if everybody could just do a prayer, remove all man-made weather systems from the Midwest and replace with the unconditional love of the Creator. And then pray for everybody that has to travel in the next week. Pray that they get where they need to be, and then they get back home safe and sound. All right, if you're new to Pick a Stack Wednesday, this is what we do here. You think of an idea, issue, or question, and then you choose a stack. Now, each stack is hidden by a box to encourage you to use your intuition, but this is stack number 1, stack number 2, stack number 3. And today we have 2 tarot cards from 2 different decks, including the Heaven and Earth Tarot and the Tarot of Dreams. And we have an oracle card from the Beyond Lemuria deck. And then there's a crystal or stone. And each stack tells a story and hopefully resonates with your idea, issue, or question. Now, today's background, it is the winter solstice. Yes, it is the day with the longest number of hours of darkness. So today's background emphasizes that we are the light in that darkness. We are the light in the darkness. And it is our job to go inside of ourselves and do some soul searching, do some homework, heal what needs to be healed. I don't know about you, but this week has been like seriously, maybe nerve-wracking. I don't know what the right words are, because I've been doing a lot of like really deep healing and a lot of crying because of it. And it's been amazing, because what we forget when we come here is that we come here with baggage from other lifetimes, and we need to heal that. So, for example, one of the things that I'm dealing with right now, and this super cold weather is actually prompting it. My whole life, if it's really, really cold outside, I have an asthma attack. And this week I've realized it's because I died freezing to death. And so this physical body that I'm in has the cellular memories from that other lifetime. And so it tenses up because it doesn't want to die the same way again. So anything that you have going on in your current life, emotionally or physically, you need to do some soul searching on that and figure out what other lifetime that came from, and then you need to heal that to make it go away. Let's be done with all that baggage. That's why we have winter. That's why we have this dark night, so that we can go inside of ourselves and do that soul searching. All right. Hang on one second. I need to go get something. I'll be right back. That's unusual. I don't normally do that, but you know what? We got to do what we got to do. All right, so that was the intro. And if you were wondering, the golden singing bell is a crystal singing bell that is infused with gold. It is a G sharp. A lot of people ask me about that, and a lot of people ask me where to get one, and they're actually not made anymore. So, sorry, nothing I can do about that. All right, if you chose stack number 1, dun dun dun, there is a stone there. Can you see it? It's so tiny. This is a piece of a meteorite. This is called Campo del Cielo. And this is from Argentina. Argentina. Isn't it beautiful? So, this is actually bringing cosmic energy down from the sky to earth, from heaven to earth. This brings energy from the cosmos. So a lot of people talk about moldavite and how powerful that can be and how life-changing. There's so many different kinds of meteorites, and people forget about all the other ones. You know, the meteor that landed in Czechoslovakia, what we call moldavite, is not the only one. It's one of many, 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 many. In fact, there was a meteor that hit, that hit here in the Twin Cities many, many years ago. Nobody even talks about that one. But they're all over the world. So this brings in cosmic energy. And the reason it's here on this stack is because it's a reminder that we're not just 3D, okay? We've got meteorites that bring cosmic energy to the earth. And it shows that, you know, we're bigger than we realize. Okay, so our first card is going to be from the Heaven and Earth Tarot deck. And we get the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, I just said 3D. This is 3D in the 3 of Pentacles. It is all about the material world. This man is I don't know if he's building or if he's, but he could be cleaning, he could be putting a scroll up. I don't know what he's doing exactly, but I want you to look at how the light shines through the window, unless you're driving. The light shines through the window where the 3 pentacles are. And it's like divine light is lighting up where he's working. So you've got, you know, these other 2 people down here on the floor. He's up on this ladder and he's doing something, and this divine light is shining through the window on his work, showing that we need to be doing divine work. We need to be doing our work, but in a divine way, if that makes more sense. So even if I'm doing the dishes or I'm cleaning the toilet, I need to be present in the moment, and I need to be doing the best job I possibly can. And while I'm doing it, remember, my thoughts are creating. So if I'm thinking, man, I really hate doing this, rah, 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 I am going to create negative energy around me and in my life. But if I'm doing the dishes and I'm whistling and I'm singing, I got some music on and I'm kind of dancing a little bit, that makes it more divine, and I'm actually creating positive energy from that. Okay, so our second card is from the Tarot of Dreams, and we get the Empress card. So this is a major arcana. This is all about the harvest. You know, there's a whole big basket full of corn and wheat and apples and other stuff in here. And she's holding a child, which, by the way, is glowing just like in this church here with the light coming through the window. So we've got this divine child here that she's holding. This is about birth, about birthing something, maybe new ideas. It doesn't have to be a child. If you are pregnant with a child, yay you. But, you know, for those of us that don't do that anymore or choose not to, this can be birthing a new job, birthing a new idea, a new business, a new home. a new relationship, and this bountiful harvest. And look at all the green. I mean, this is so lush and beautiful and vibrant. And my guides are saying verdant, just lush, bountiful harvest. So whatever you're doing, whatever you asked about, do it in a divine way, and it brings this bountiful harvest. So then we're going to add a card from the Beyond Lemuria deck. And we get the card number 31. 3 plus 1 is 4. And it's the home card, and she's pointing to where her heart would be. So let's see what card number 31, I almost looked up card number 4. Card number 31 says in the book. Card number 31, heart-based presence, grounding, finding home within yourself wherever you are, the body as a temple for the soul, travel, finding family wherever you go, occupying yourself, and connecting to your unwavering infinite depths and the collective oneness. So this card invites you to align with your temple space. Consider all the amazing things your body does and how you effortlessly move through reality. Become aware of the many gifts that come from a deep sense of truly occupying yourself. This is, home is where the heart is the message from here. And you've got, doing this work in a divine way. You're reaping the harvest. You're reaping? I think that's the right word. But you reap what you sow. That's the line I wanted to say. You reap what you sow. And you've sown some really good stuff. And so now is the time for the harvest. But you need to remember where home is. And because you also received this Campo del Cielo meteorite, maybe home is out there in the cosmos. For a lot of us, it is. I know my home is out in the cosmos. It's really hard to be here in 3D sometimes, a lot of times. But we have to remember where our home is, okay? And we carry a piece of our home inside of ourselves. So everywhere we go, no matter where we are, we have a piece of home with us, okay? That's a really good stack, especially if you're a star seed. If you don't know what a star seed is, it's somebody not from Earth. All right, that was stack number 1. If you chose stack number 2, I'm going to do a little bell real quick. I don't know if you guys feel this, but we've been getting a lot of solar storms, and they're just getting more and more intense. And they are upgrading us and making us feel a little crazy sometimes, and that's all right. But I can definitely feel the energy. And sometimes it can be really, really intense, and all you want to do is I just want to go back to bed and, put the covers over my head. And that's okay. Just know that you're not the only one. I'm having a really hard time speaking, speaking intelligently. That's what one of my guides said. He thinks he's funny. Today's Wednesday. For the last 4 days, I have a hard time choosing specific words, or even saying the word. So you just have to know that we've got the winter solstice. Right now, I think the moon is in Scorpio, or it could have switched over to Sagittarius. I know it was in Scorpio yesterday. So we've got that. We've got these solar storms. We've got this man-made weather system on us right now. There's so much going on. Mercury retrograde starts next week. Yay. So there's a lot going on, and if you feel like you're kind of losing your mind, it's okay. You're not. You're just getting upgraded. I had to get that out, and now seemed to be the time. So hopefully the person that needed to hear that heard that. Okay, if you chose stack number 2, your crystal is a Lemurian quartz point. Now, what makes it a Lemurian? I want you to, there we go. Can you see those horizontal lines? So you don't necessarily see them on all sides. Like that side's pretty clear. But these two sides here, lots of horizontal lines. These are called record keepers. These are excellent to meditate with. I lie down on the couch or the bed. I put this on my third eye and I thank the crystal and I talk to the crystal and I ask the Lemurians for, information, knowledge, wisdom, whatever my question is. And this is like an antenna. It is totally like an antenna, but it's a record keeper. And so it, a lot of people would say it contains the information, but I feel like it's the connector to the Akashic Hall of Records. It's the antenna to there. So this is a really good crystal to meditate with. We have lots of these in the shop. Your first card is from the Heaven and Earth Tarot deck, and we get victory. The 6 of Wands. This is the 6 of fire. There's a man with a wand. Now the wands in this deck, it's like a staff. He's riding his horse through town, and everybody is looking up to him. So whatever your idea, issue, or question was, you get victory. If you were asking about a court case, if you were asking about a relationship, here the answer is yes. If you're asking about, am I going to get this house? The answer is yes, yes, yes. The answer is yes. And, people are going to be looking up to you. It's like you're going up a step. It could be you're changing your status, but you're going up a step. We're going to add to that a card from the Tarot of Dreams, and you get the Strength card. This is a really powerful combination. The Strength card, usually it's shown, it's showing a woman with a lion, but in this deck it shows a tiger, and it's all about facing your fears. Like what I was talking about in the beginning, where I'm dealing with why I have this cold asthma. As I look into this past life where I died alone in the cold and froze to death, and I didn't have the opportunity to defend or protect my family, I am going through a whole range of emotions. But you know what? I'm facing it. I'm not just pushing it to the back. I am facing it. And there's been a lot of crying because of it, because I'm dealing with it now. And that's what I'm supposed to do. We are supposed to be dealing with these past lives and these emotions that are causing us physical issues. So don't pack it away in a box and put it in the attic of your mind. Face the fear. When you face the fear, you get the victory. I almost feel like we should have gotten this card first and then this one. We face our fears and then we get victory. Don't pack your fears away in the attic. We face them. We tame that lion. We tame the tiger. And then we get to ride through town. Now this is, not physically. I'm not physically going to ride through town on a horse. It's way too cold out there. So we get that victory because we did the work. Okay? We have to do the work. And we can call in the Lemurians. We've got the quartz. You can always ask the higher ups for help. I do. I ask them, I ask them what lifetime this is from. I ask them what happened. Was I male? Was I female? Was I young? Was I old? I ask them all these questions and they give me the answers, and then they show me what happened, and I get to relive it over and over and over again now until I'm done dealing with it. All right, so from the Lemurians, we get card number 47, which I love. 47 is my favoriteest number in the whole world. I don't know why, except that it adds up to 11, which is also a good number. And this is the card Stepping Through. So let's see what card number 47 says about stepping through. Stepping through. Follow your heart. Dream big. Stepping through something that has been holding you back. The threshold, starting new projects, self-belief. It's all possible. Trust and taking the road less traveled. So this means, facing your fears. Maybe you want to start up a new business. Well, face the fears. Make a list of all the things you got to do and do them one at a time. Yes, it can be overwhelming if you don't know what you're doing and you've got this great big long list of things that you have to do. But if you just do them one step at a time, it's not so big. But this card is saying, do it. Take that first step and dream big and make it happen, because you're going to get victory right here. This card says you're going to be victorious. You're going to be riding your horse through town. Just, don't be Lady Godiva and be naked. They don't like that these days. Yeah, they hate it when I do it. So face your fears. Ask the Lemurians or your spirit guides who work with the light, your ancestors who live in the light. Ask all the higher-ups for help. You will be victorious. Sweet. That was awesome. All right, we'll do a little singing bell. The singing bell raises the frequency, and it's also very cleansing. And that is why I do it. Plus, it feels good. All right, if you chose stack number 3, dun, 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 your crystal. It's actually a cluster. Herkimer Diamond. This is a cluster. There's one big one there in the middle, and then there's a few smaller ones around it, but then there's clusters of them all around. And yes, this is available for sale in my shop. I just think it's so pretty. And in this one, they go in all directions. So this brings in lots of energy in all directions. Now, the Herkimers generally come from Herkimer, New York. But there are other Herkimers around the world. Other diamonds like this around the world that look like Herkimers. And they can be called Herkimers. But I know this one's from New York because I purchased it and it came directly from a guy in New York. These are ascension stones. They are excellent for meditating. So the nice thing about this one is it kind of has a flattish bottom. So you could put this on your third eye and meditate with it. And it's going to bring the highest vibration possible, if that's your intention, while still being in your physical body. It's really good for astral travel. It's really good if you're trying to do some past life work like I've been doing. I have my own Herkimer diamond. It's a cluster. And I work with it all the time. To me, this is a much better diamond than on a wedding ring, but that's just me. All right. If you chose stack number 3, your first card is from the Heaven and Earth Tarot deck. And you get the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords. You're collecting swords, apparently. But I don't feel like in the past, I have felt like, man, swords, oh, what are you doing? But today I feel like, sweet, you're collecting swords. Good for you. Like you're doing the work. So it shows these 6 swords at the front of this boat. There's a child, and it looks like it could be a woman, and then the man is using the pole to move the boat. So it's like a family. And there's birds above. And this is all about what I feel today. This is all about, yeah, you've done the work. You've collected the swords. Good for you. Swords represent air, and they represent communication. So maybe you did the work, you communicated to somebody what your wants and needs are. Maybe you're writing that book that you were supposed to write, or you're journaling. Maybe you're just speaking your truth to everybody. We've been taught for thousands of years that you keep things inside. And that is so wrong, because when we keep things inside, what happens? We get sick. When you hold things inside, your digestive system blocks up. Your heart hurts, and so then it physically hurts. So many things can happen when we hold our truth inside, but this is saying, no, you're doing the work. Good for you. Okay, so let's see what the Tarot of Dreams has to add to that. Oh, okay. More swords, but it's the Knight of Swords. And I feel like we're going from, yep, I'm collecting swords, to I am the freaking Knight of Swords. I have this. The saying, you've got it. You've got this. And the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight. His horse has wings on it. This is the horse of air. This horse can fly when he wants to. So you're collecting swords, you're doing the work, you're speaking your truth, and like you're just going to go everywhere and you're going to tell everybody to do it. Hey, everybody, let's speak our truth. I feel like this Six of Swords is you collecting the swords because you're doing the work. But then when you move into the knighthood, like you're the knight for the people. You're teaching the people, hey, this is what worked for me. Now you can try it. And this is what you do. It's almost like this knight, you go from taking care of yourself to using your experiences to teach others. And that is what a good author does. A good author writes a book about their own experiences, and then maybe out there's a person that reads that book and says, oh my gosh, I can do that. And I changed my life because I read that book. So this is the author of the book. That's really cool. And it's really interesting too, because for the first time in a long, long, long time, it doesn't feel like these swords are a negative thing. It feels really positive. So we're going to add to that a card from the Beyond Lemuria deck. And we get card number 26. 2 plus 6 is an 8. 8 is all about ourselves and abundance. And this card says full spectrum. There's a lot going on in this card. There's a Merkaba on the ground with like lightning bolts coming out of it. And then there's this woman with wings, and all of her chakras are just lit up. Like she is so connected. Her crown chakra is that beautiful lotus, and she is so connected and lit up. Let's see what card number 26 says. Hang on one second. Card jumped right out of my hand. It says, creating heaven on earth by honoring the perfection of nature's cycles, going beyond the judgment of good and bad. The merging of duality, raw nature, earth wisdom, connecting to ancestors, shadows as the fertile soil for exponential growth. The way forward is in the whisperings of the land and honoring the full spectrum of life. That is so cool, because this is exactly what we are doing. We are eliminating duality or polarity. We've got the masculine and the feminine, and we are becoming one. Each one of us should have the masculine and the feminine energies inside of us. It doesn't mean if you were born a man, you should become a woman, okay? That's not what this is about. And that's just, no. This is about embracing both sides. The symbol of the yin yang, the black and the white, it doesn't become gray. They just work together. And we come in these bodies to embrace both sides. So for me, you know, I can embrace my feminine side, my nurturing, loving, flowing side. And I can also embrace my masculine side, which is, you know, I can get things done. I can go out and shovel my own snow if I want to, which, you know, I usually do. I used to say I can change my oil on my car. Well, that was back in the day when you could actually do that. But I can take care of things and I can take care of people. It's both sides. I can get her done and I can be loving while I'm doing it. That's masculine and feminine energies. It doesn't mean sit on your mom and dad's couch for the rest of your life. That is not embracing your masculine and feminine energies. That's just withdrawing. So this, with all these swords, you've collected the swords, they're hanging on your wall or whatever. You've become almost like a teacher. And now this is saying you're creating heaven on earth. You know, if you are the person that's writing a book, and for some reason this is coming through really powerfully, so there is somebody out there that is going to write a book or is in the process of, you're going to write this book and you are creating heaven on earth by putting your thoughts and feelings and ideas down on paper, and somebody's going to read that, and the world's going to be a better place. It reminds me of the movie The Lady in the Water by M. Night Shyamalan, you know, where he plays an author and he writes a book, and after he dies, somebody reads it and that person becomes an important person in history. So whatever you're thinking of doing, you need to do, because it's very important and you are doing your bit to create heaven on earth. That's really cool. And it might not even be in your lifetime. It might be, you know, 100 years from now, somebody reads what you wrote and they go, oh, wow, that is really cool. And they make a huge change in the world. And, you know, you get to see it from above. But just know that whatever it is you're thinking of doing or you've started and are in the process of doing, it's important and it is going to matter. Okay? Wow, that's really cool. And, you know, while you're doing it, talk to your spirit guides. That's why we have them. Channel them. I channel my spirit guides all the time, and I don't come up with ideas. I know where they come from. Like when I make my dragons, the dragons come to me. I don't just sit there and go, hey, today I'm going to make this kind of dragon. No, they come to me and say, hey, make me. And I think that's pretty cool. All right, so that was stack number 3. Woo! Some powerful cards. It is still snowing, and it's probably going to snow a lot. You know, it's really super cold out there. If you don't have to travel, don't. If you do have to travel, or you want to travel, just be really careful, be smart, and make sure that you protect yourselves. And I mean spiritually. Physically too is good. But make sure that you talk to your angels and your guides and thank them for protecting you spiritually and physically. Oops. Okay, well, thank you for joining me today. And I'm sending everybody lots of love, light, peace, joy, happiness, success, divine health, and all good things. Have a happy holiday season, whatever holiday you celebrate. Happy winter solstice. Happy upgrades from the solar flares. Happy everything. Thank you for joining me. I love you. Namaste.